يعني ما بعرف شو صاير هون اليوم، بس بعرف انه جاي تاكل اساي مثل العاده، وبيطلع السي او تبع اوكبري هون، الفاوندر تبع اوكبري هون، وجبت انا وصديقي ريان، فهو عم بياكل كيف شربة مش طيبة؟
كثير
اخوات
كثير.
ذا يوجوال ويكلي كل ما اجي على دبي باكل اكيد اوكبري، فاكلنا اوكبري، انبسطنا باوكبري. انا خلصت اول وحده، هلا الثانيه، وطلع الفاوندر هون قديش بده الاوردر هيك. فعملنا انترفيو، خبرني عن كيف بلشت الفكره. كنت افكر انه اوكبري بس هون منها هالقد كبيره، كثير مبينه عم تكبر بالعالم، اكثر من 500 محل. وطلع كريس فايت كمان هون، ففيرجن راديو فاتوا عم يعملوا هلا انترفيو تنكون خلصوا بناكل تاني عصاي. كل شيء عنده يخبرنا اياه، شو هي الاوكبري، شو هو العصاي، الاوريجينز and everything you need to know بهذا الانترفيو. نحضره سوا. صحتين
على قلبك.
برين فريز.
I love it. First time I tried a popsicle with my own açaí. And it's the best, just like the açaí itself. My name is Georgios Frangulis. I'm born and raised in Brazil. I'm an entrepreneur, of course. I founded Oakberry in 2016, December 2016. So it's a fairly new company, 5 years now. We just turned 5 years actually on December the 6th. It's been a very joyful path and ride, I would say. Our plan is just to spread the culture of the açaí being a healthy superfood throughout the world, and we've been doing it in the past couple of years in 20 different countries, several different cities. And what I feel is that the customer is ready to understand the açaí as a superfood, and that's a little bit of what we do. I think there are some reasons. First reason is it's a fruit that it's only sourced in Brazil, in the Amazon forest, in the north of Brazil. So it's something that has a strong emotional feeling for the Brazilian population. Alongside with that, it's not easy to have a fruit that has that many nutrients and that many good things, and at the same time being a sustainable fruit. So when you harvest the açaí, you don't need to cut down any trees and plant the açaí. It's all native açaí palm trees that the families from the Amazon region, they go there, they harvest, and they take the açaí, they make the açaí pulp frozen bars, and from that we can do our sorbet, we can do popsicles, we can do the peanut candy, we can do everything. So it has this patriotism sort of feeling for the Brazilian population, and it is indeed one of the healthiest fruits in the nature. So why not bring these two verticals together and just make it as a global fruit and a global superfood.
I love it. My favorite thing since probably 2019. I've been eating Oakberry every single time my plane lands and every single time my plane leaves, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Oakberry. I'm a big fan of the açaí, and when I order my açaí, I only order it with hazelnut in the middle to eat more and enjoy more açaí. I'm a fan, big fan. It's an addiction.
The açaí, the pure açaí, when you source it, it has, I would say, it's sour, and it's not as tasty as any other, like a banana or something. So you have to figure out a way on making it tasty enough, but being healthy, of course, at the same time. And we were able to do that with the Oakberry because we tried to bring the sweetness that we needed, but being 100% healthy, 100% organic ingredients. So we don't go for regular sugar, we go for organic sugar cane. We don't go for any sort of syrup. We go for agave, which is more natural and has less carbohydrates and everything. So that was the way we managed to bring a fruit that, and don't think that açaí is a big fruit. It's like a small purple fruit like a small purple berry that you eat just its pulp, which is, I would say, 2-3 millimeters. So we have to figure out a way on creating the right and the most tasty experience for the customer. And for that we use organic ingredients as the agave and the organic sugar cane. I do think big, and by the time I understood that the market was looking for healthy fast food operations. So I was living in between Brazil and the US, and even in the US market, which is the most competitive market for fast food and for healthy food also, they had lots of healthy food, lots of fast food, but not many healthy fast food concepts and options for the customer. So I said, okay, if I can bring the açaí, and I had the advantage of being born and raised in Brazil and knowing and having açaí everywhere. So I said, okay, if I can bring this and standardize it in a way that the public and the customer can have the fast food sort of experience, but alongside with a healthy experience, I could have something. And I started to draw it from scratch, thinking about the American market. After we got it done, thinking on the most competitive market in the world, it ended up being easy at some point to introduce and to explain it to every other market, because usually what happens in the US will happen in every other market in the world concerning and consuming in I would say a 5-year window, which just became a 2-year window in the past decade or so. So we grew fast, starting from Brazil, then Australia, then US, then UAE, Saudi. We have China, we have Colombia, we have Peru, we have lots in the GCC. So it's been a pretty fast expansion, an awesome experience for us to understand how each market works. But what we figured out is that from the past, I would say 20 years, people think very, very similar, and it doesn't really matter if they are in Australia or in the UAE or in Brazil. They're looking for the same stuff. They're following the same people on Instagram. They want to be the same. So I think it made us the size we are right now, because we could understand and anticipate that the market was ready for something that was healthy fast food. I would say I'm in love with the UAE and Saudi, and of course it has the Oakberry part of being in love with it, but the way both markets welcomed Oakberry was something else. So I was kind of afraid when we started, when we did the first location in Dubai and the first location in Jeddah, even more, since I know it was a market that was like more closed for new things, and I was sort of afraid, and it ended up being a very, very nice experience. I would say that we are the biggest açaí brand in Saudi and in the UAE. In the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, you have people from everywhere. So there are some people that knew the açaí. They were having it in the US, they were having Oakberry in several different countries, so they already knew. The news were spreading faster, and it made it easier for us, I think. In Saudi, it took us like a year to be known, because nobody knew what açaí was. So in Saudi, everybody thinks that the translation of the word açaí is Oakberry for English, and that's amazing. I mean, that's what every brand wants to become, like Coca-Cola or something, and that's what's happening in Saudi. So I think that you have to enjoy the opportunity of exploring a market that is not, seems not to be ready for you, but when you believe in the market, when you feel that the market could be ready, they just not offering the opportunity for them to like you. So if you do it, you're probably gonna have a rough time in the beginning, but you're gonna be successful. and that's exactly what happened. That's why I come to the UAE and Saudi every year, at least once, even during the pandemic, because it's a key market for us. It's a public that understands the brand, understands the concept, loves Açai, loves Oakberry, posts on social media and everything. So I mean, it's definitely one of the key markets for us. Oakberry, the word, it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean anything. Oak. The word oak has I would say, the feeling of strength and confidence for the English native speaker. And I wanted to create a brand that was related to Açai, but I wanted the brand to be bigger than the fruit itself, the commodity, you know? So I said, okay, if we can do oak and berry together, bring those two words just to give the reference that the berry would be a strong berry, a confident one, and that the people could trust. That was the idea. And alongside with it, I needed a brand, thinking internationally, that could be a trademark registered everywhere. So why don't go with a word that doesn't exist? So it was an invented word, and it worked out. I mean, I think that when they see Oakberry, they have this feeling, and I just love our logo. Our logo was made by a very good friend of mine. Actually, she's the wife of one of my best friends. And when she made it, I said, okay, this is the logo we need, and this is the logo we're gonna make global. And it seems to be working.
رائع، عن جد رائع. بيجي من لبنان باكل عصايد، فيلم من لبنان باكل عصايد. جربت كتير وهيدي بحبها كتير. بحب القرشة تبعها، بحب خفتها، بحب السويتنس تبعها، بحب احط لها شوية موز، شوية ستروبريز، شوية هيزل نوت للقرشة، بندق، and that's it. ماشي تاني. وهلا عندهم بينات باتر، خليكم معي. هيدا الشيء غير كل معادلة. البينات باتر اجمالا بيجي كتير قاسي، البينات باتر اجمالا بيلزق على سقف الحلق، البينات باتر اجمالا بيلزق على الاسنان، لحديت ما اخترعوا هيدا. طلع. عم نحكي عن شيء شوي مثل الكاتشب، خفيف ورائع. طيب انا فشيت خلقي واكلت كبيتين هالمره، من الله راد نرجع. Enjoy it.